Welcome all of the students to our live classes. I am going to taking a multimedia class on the topic of man and climate from English first paper of class 9 and 10. So I hope all of you will pay attention to the class, because this class is so much related to our day-to-day life. So at first I would like to introduce myself. I am Khan M.D. Monjur Morshed, Assistant English Teacher, Hossein Ali High School, Srinagar, Munshiganj. So we will start our multimedia class with a video. So let's start.
Bangladesh is among the most vulnerable countries to climate change impacts, and almost every year suffers from major natural calamities, which takes a big toll on the poor local people. People in different regions suffer from different types of disasters, including flood, drought, and salinity. Drinkable water becomes scarce. Land becomes barren in the dry season. Farmers helplessly wait for rain. When the monsoon arrives, rivers start overflowing and causes flash floods. People struggle to find shelter. It becomes harder to save their belongings and livestock. Meanwhile, in the coastal districts, people face salinity problem. Excessive saline water makes it impossible to do farming and fishery. These people suffer the worst blows of nature. Yet, with courage, they stand their ground. With help of local NGOs,
Okay, in this picture we can see that a large number of people are trying to protect something in the flood water. The roads are gone underwater with heavy rainfall, and it seems like man and nature are struggling each other. In the slide, we can easily understand that people cannot remain at their houses because of flood, and they come out from their houses and they stand on an highland. This is a green picture of our country. Learning outcomes of the lesson, and by the end of the lesson the learners will be able to ask and answer the questions: how man influenced the climate? Write and say the statements true or false. Make a poster and write a letter. Text reading. In the slide at the right side we can see the cultivable land become barren, and it seems that the land is broken into pieces and a farmer is carrying water with buckets. And the left side pictures we can understand sunlight is falling on the earth, and second and third picture we can see carbon dioxide emitting a large volume of carbon dioxide, and this carbon dioxide captures the heat of the sun, and as a result the earth becomes warmer. Today's topic is man and climate. The text is here. Humans can neither change the sun's radiation nor the earth's orbit around the sun, but they can control the increased amount of greenhouse gases and its effect on the atmosphere. Only during the last 100 years, the carbon dioxide concentration has been raised alarmingly in the atmosphere, and we the humans can be responsible for this. The main cause of the increase in carbon dioxide level in the atmosphere is the burning of fossil fuels. Since the end of the 19th century, industrial activities increased rapidly, giving rise to many factories. These factories required energy which was produced through the combustion of coal. Besides coal, other sources of energy such as mineral oil and natural gas were also burned to heat our houses, run cars and airplanes, or to produce electricity. Nowadays, about 85 million barrels of crude oil are burned daily. In the next part of the text, every time a fossil raw material is burned, it releases carbon dioxide into the air. Therefore, it's clear that more and more greenhouse gases like carbon dioxide are being generated worldwide by humans. Moreover, we are also strengthening the greenhouse effect by deforestation, which means cutting down trees. Every year, enormous areas of forest are destroyed by people to obtain wood and to clear regions for mining and to create pasture. This loss is the forest causes dual problems. Trees that are burned up release large volumes of carbon dioxide gas into the air. On the other hand, as forests absorb a lot of carbon dioxide from the air and deliver oxygen instead, we also destroy an important storehouse of carbon dioxide when we clear forest. In this slide, this is a greenhouse, and this kind of house can be seen in the cold weather countries like in New Zealand. These kind of houses are made for producing or cultivating vegetables and other plants. This kind of house is built with glass, and when the sunlight during day comes into the room, the heat cannot come out. So this kind of room, this kind of house can capture the heat of the sun. A structure enclosed and used for the cultivation or protection of tender plants. In this slide, the greenhouse effect. Like greenhouse, when the sunlight comes to the earth, there are a layer of carbon dioxide gases or greenhouse gases that cannot make the heat come out from the earth, and as a result the earth becomes warmer and it causes various kinds of natural calamities. This is coal, mineral coal. It's also called fossil fuel. Read the statements below and say if they are true or false. If false, give the correct information. First one, coal is the only fuel used for generating energy. Is it true or false? No, it's false. There are such other kinds of fossil fuels such as oil, natural gas, etc. Number two, fossil fuels are burnt at an alarming rate for industrialization. It is true. This is true. Deforestation is caused by nature. No, it's false. Deforestation is caused by humans. Match the meanings in column A, B and the words phrases in column A. Sun's radiation. Sun's radiation, it's related to the meaning of the sentence energy that is transmitted from sun in the form of rays or waves or particles. Fossil fuels are non-renewable source of energy that comes from the remains of plants and animals. Combustion of coals, burning of coal usually in industrial plants. Crude oil, naturally occurring unrefined petroleum product that can be refined to produce usable products such as diesel, gasoline, heating oil, jet fuel, kerosene, etc. Deforestation, international destructions or removal of trees and other vegetation for agricultural, commercial, housing or firewood use. Raw materials, a basic material or substance used in the production or manufacturing of goods. Photosynthesis, the process used by plants to convert light energy captured from the sun to chemical energy. Okay, and this slide we have a pair work, and this is the topic. Can men influence climate? Yes, of course. If yes, explain how. Can men influence the climate? Yes, of course. And you have to explain how humans are responsible for climate change. How can trees save our environment? Two questions from the text, from the topic, and you have to done it with pair work. Producing O2. Producing O2 means oxygen. Producing oxygen. Individual work. Separately you have to do the question into answer. What is greenhouse effect? Which gases are released from a greenhouse house? From a greenhouse, how does deforestation impact on us? What are fossil fuels? Work in groups. Picture 1, air pollution. Natural, manufactured, and this kind of air pollution is caused by humans, and as a result humans are being suffered for respiratory problems, lungs problems. And the right side, picture 2, deforestation must stop. Look at the pictures below. They are made to make people aware of danger of deforestation. Following them, design a poster to show the dangers of deforestation. Then write a slogan for the poster. Answer the following questions. What is greenhouse effect? This is also given in the previous slide for individual work. You try to write the answers of the questions at home. These pictures at the right side are related to the question. Fossil fuels, we can see cars are using petroleum, industrial uses for fossil fuels, using fossil fuels, and generating power. Powerhouse also use coal, mineral oil for generating electricity. And number 3, CO2. When fossil fuels are burnt, then a large volume of carbon dioxide releases. How is CO2 released? When we cut trees at large number and we burn them, then a large number of CO2, carbon dioxide, released in the atmosphere. Homework. Write a letter to the editor of a newspaper expressing your concern about growing deforestation in your locality. O2 must produce. That means oxygen must produce. So we have to plant more and more trees so that we can live a better life in the world. Thank you all of us for joining in this class.